intro. So, welcome back to Unsettled episode 5. We will be delving deep into the ocean in this one. Yeah, see? Deep into the ocean. You like that?
I can feel the pressure.
Can you? Yeah, I can't swim.
Nor can I, that's why I'm feeling the pressure.
Good. So yeah, welcome back to episode 5 of the Unsettled. Hope you're all enjoying the series so far.
We definitely are.
Yeah, we're really getting into this now. Like, I think I've fully become a full-fledged investigator at this point. I have learnt so much in such a, not really a short amount of time, but like, I've learnt a lot about as we've progressed.
Yeah.
And right now it's getting a lot more.
And what to look for as well. Like
Yeah.
different routes and different ways that we can...
Different routes, different ways. If anyone looked at my Google search history...
Oh, they think I'm a freak right now.
No, I would have been locked up before we started. But this is just taking it overboard. People are now thinking like I'm a proper weirdo. But yeah, again, thanks for coming back. So, this is one that puzzles me. Now, I'm not sure whether it puzzles you as much. Does it puzzle you? Is it really that unsettled? Are you going to say at the end of this, well, it's unsettled, isn't it? I'm like, quit. Is it unsettled? Or is it just pure scientific facts that we need?
It's more of frustration.
Okay, well, we'll go with frustration.
It's more of frustration.
Okay, should we go with frustration? We'll go with frustration. Okay, so in this episode we're going to be discussing some of the mysterious disappearances that originate around the Bermuda Triangle. I know, it's fantastic. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully we can provide you with a lot of information about this, especially if you don't know much about the Bermuda Triangle in itself, I guess. Like, I mean, I learned a little bit about the Bermuda Triangle. Not so much probably what you've learned, but, I mean, what was its coordinates?
So its coordinates were 25 degrees north, 71 degrees west.
Okay, and I'm sure you've got some lovely theories to add to mine as well.
I do indeed.
Great, can't wait for those. Listen, don't ruin my investigation.
I won't.
So, like I said, the Bermuda Triangle. Like, I'm going to probably discuss a lot of the disappearances that took place, whether it's inconclusive or not, whether it's just facts, whether we can actually go deeper into the ocean and figure out, well, how's this happening? Basically, the Bermuda Triangle is pinpointed between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Apparently, its range is between 5,000 to 100 square miles. That's a big lot of ocean.
It's a big lot.
It's a big, not necessarily a triangle, Illuminati, but it's a lot of area to cover, especially for people that go missing.
It's a lot of area to say, oh yeah, that's definitely a mystery.
Yeah.
You think that size of area, you could fit half of the country in that?
Yeah. And most people say that disappearances only take place in the quarter of it. Like, what happens to the rest? Well, we'll probably fucking find out at this point.
Slowly slip down to that.
So, in 1964, Vincent Gaddis aptly named it the Bermuda Triangle. Its area is known for its strange, uncommon amount of ships, planes, let alone people, disappearing, with no idea of how or why. Now, I'll get to this point in a minute. In 1946 to 1991, there was over 100 disappearances over that time span.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of, dare I say, unexplained disappearances.
Unsettled disappearances. Yeah, see, we're trying to tie it in here, we're working on it. So basically, I'm going to talk about a couple of the mysterious incidents among these that took place in this time span. But I'm going to tell you something around now, like, when Christopher Columbus allegedly found America, or, you know, the United States.
Or came across it.
Yeah, or that one. He was seeing flames and lightning bolts in the sky. He made a very specific point when he was making his little journalistic things of his adventures. He could see these flashing electronic lights, fireballs, whatever you want to call them, flying through the sky in this triangle area, which we'll probably come back to probably at the end. But please bear that one in mind. Okay, so the first report was in the 20th century a cargo ship with 300 people on board went missing. No one found them ever again. Like, it's easy to say, okay, yeah, they vanished. But like what you said, over 100 disappearances in that time frame.
Yeah.
Nah. The most common one of the investigation, I guess, I found was May last year. A plane with 4 people on board vanished, but they did find debris of the plane. They found like bits and pieces.
That was the light aircraft.
Yeah, it was 4 people, and like I said, they found bits of the plane left. So it's not so much a mystery. I'm just basically giving you a close impact of a fact that's, you know, so they went missing. Okay, the recent history of any ship, it was in 2015, and it happened during a deadly hurricane. I don't think they're strange. I think it's just, I don't know. The way I see it is, planes crash, ships sink. People go missing all the time. I don't really feel that this is warranted in terms of people going missing and it's all mysterious.
No.
Not at this point. On March the 4th, 1918, the VSS, I think it is, Cyclops, went missing. During this time, the captain never sent out a distress signal and no one answered any radio calls coming from this. So to me, I'm already thinking like, okay, so if you're about to enter a really bad storm, whether you're in the sky or you're at sea, you're going to send out a distress signal.
Oh yeah, you would report something.
Yeah, but he never did. But yet again, gone missing. The USS just vanished, and it could have sunk, but there was no reports. Nothing came through on anyone in that area that they were in trouble. December the 28th, 1948, 26 people disappeared 28 miles from its destination, so it almost reached its destination point. Disappeared 20 minutes from the airport. They reported in. They actually said they had problems, and they reported in. Okay, so another weird disappearance. There was a boat called the Witchcraft. Did you find any information about this?
No, I actually found out a bit of information on a US Navy gunboat.
Okay.
Basically an Apache helicopter before it was an Apache. But
Oh,
I'll
okay.
let you do yours first.
Oh, okay. So the Witchcraft is a 23-foot cruiser, and it was built not to sink in 1967. Right.
That was the one with the reinforced hull.
It had a lot of.
It had a lot of reinforcements and stuff.
It had a lot of funky things to this boat. Right. So Dan Burak, I can say his name right. He was an express sailor. He created the boat. Him and his friend went out on it. So the boat had a flotation device built inside.
That's the one with the reinforced hull.
Yeah, it was a flotation device in the hull of the boat, and it was tried and tested. And it was tried and tested to the point that it couldn't actually sink. They tried sinking it themselves.
No, because you can literally blow a hole in the side of this thing.
Yeah,
and
it would still float.
It would.
Yeah, I mean, it would go upright and float, which then obviously, you know, the sailors or however you want to call them could then climb on top, shoot flares, get some help. It weren't gonna sink. Put it that way. It was pretty much indestructible. But yeah, it was built at the front of the cruiser, so it would raise up in the sea if anything was to happen to it.
Yeah.
Dan called the Coast Guard, saying he had issues. When they had arrived, the boat and the 2 sailors had gone missing. They couldn't find the boat. They searched far and wide for the boat. Amount had all rescue attempts during this point when they realised that the planes had gone missing or the boats had gone missing. They sent out people to try and find them. No one can find nothing.
No.
So it was all failed. They couldn't find people in this area. So we have Flight 19, TBM torpedo bombers.
Yeah.
They were called.
That's the one that I found.
5 planes, December the 5th, 1945. They were sent over the Bermuda Triangle area on a training mission.
Yeah.
The planes were named the Iron Birds for a reason, virtually indestructible. The planes got lost in that area. The compasses and the pilot radioed in. Right, so the compasses didn't work. Right,
Yeah,
the pilot
they literally
was spinning around. They had no idea. They couldn't see. But the pilot radioed in saying this, and I quote, Nothing's working. We are lost. Everything looks strange, even the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost transmission, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the radio went off again. The pilot then said, in a distressed voice,
Mm-hmm.
and I quote, "We are entering white water."
Yep.
That was it. Nothing else. They couldn't even find these planes.
No.
But they sent help. The planes lost completely. The
Mhm.
rescue lost as well on that. So let alone did these 5 planes, which are vertically, well, pretty much indestructible,
Yep.
got lost, and they sent out the rescue. They got lost too. No one found the planes or the boats.
No. Yeah, it was. We are entering white water.
Yeah.
Nothing seems right.
Yep.
We don't know where we are.
Look at you writing your fucking quotes down.
The water is green.
Oh.
No white.
Oh. See, I got there entering white water.
Yeah. So at the beginning.
Yeah.
They said we're entering white water.
Yeah.
And as they were going deeper.
Yeah.
They said it was green, not white.
Okay. Well, that could. I'll come to my theory on that one.
Mm.
I think I have an idea. But we'll discuss that later on.
No.
But no, that I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay.
Mm.
I didn't know. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
That was published.
Yeah.
So an author, Alan W. Eckhart, wrote that flight leader had given this.
Yeah, the distress signal and everything else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was quoted in Fab magazine.
Possibly a magazine. That's where I looked at most of my quotes.
Yeah, it was quoted in a magazine.
Yeah.
But before that, it was published. The Sea Mystery at Our Back Door by Fate magazine.
Oh, okay.
And it was first published in the Miami Herald by Edwin Van Winkle Jones.
I'll mock his name later.
Oh no, it gave me a
It's
chuckle
strange.
when I was researching it, but
the fact he radioed in, "We are lost, everything looks strange, even the ocean." And then it was entering white water, and now you've also got...
It's not white, it's green.
Yeah, wow.
But as they got deeper, apparently.
Yeah. Right, I would like to add, the Navy and the rescue teams filed reports, and the Navy actually said they couldn't even guess what had happened.
No.
So for the Navy to say they can't even guess what happened.
No, they can't put it down to electrical fault, they can't put it down to navigational error.
No.
They can't even pinpoint it on human error.
No.
It's a mystery to them.
It's a funny mystery, because it seems people go into this area,
and it's a 75 to 25% chance that you're going to come out the other end, whichever direction you're going, whether it be towards USA or towards the Caribbean.
Yeah. So already you're kind of getting the idea that something ain't right here. Something isn't adding up the way it should. Other than that, I have literally my theories on what I think.
Okay.
But obviously, like, that's my opinion. I mean, you can go into your ships and have a little bit. I'm sure you've got some.
I've just got sort of so the explanations why, or the explanation for the reason that that researchers themselves have said it can't be this.
I mean, there is a lot of research on this.
Yeah,
there is a ton of research on this. Whether it's what you've also wrote down, like paranormal entities, like everything else going into it.
Yeah, it could be paranormal explanations, or it could be anything down to the basic of natural.
Yeah.
Like natural occurrences and stuff.
I mean, it's odd because some people have radioed in saying that they're in distress, they need help. For a rescue boat to also go out and try and help people, or to see if the planes have crashed, and then that goes missing too. I mean, like, everyone can come up with their own conclusions on this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can come up with a million different theories on this one. But like I said to you at the beginning, planes crash, ships sink, people go missing all the time. It's not necessarily an unsettled part but it's certainly curious.
Mm.
I mean, what else have you got written down at the moment?
So I've also got that investigators, after they, like loads of investigators went over that recording, the black box recording.
Yeah.
Like they didn't find the black box obviously, but it was the radio they always.
The transmission part that they recorded.
They always record. And it was later within that year.
Yeah.
It actually went all the way up to the Naval General's office.
Yeah.
Where they so it was a proper inquisition.
Yeah. I mean, it has been proper investigations about
the
Bermuda Triangle in itself.
And one of the top officials actually was quoted to say, "Oh, the planes just must have flew off to Mars."
Well, that's coming up to a bit of a conspiracy, sir.
But it made me chuckle when I researched it, because I was just like, this top official is now just
saying the planes have just vanished off to a different fucking planet.
Yeah,
like he knows what planets are there. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
No, but it just makes me laugh that a top official is just now.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, whatever. Like.
It seems like he's fobbing it off.
Yeah.
And
it's
to me,
like they've disappeared. They don't know where they are. They can't explain it. Must have flew off to Mars.
See, to me, right now, it seems like that area. Like, even though we're probably going to go into our theories a bit more in depth in a second, but it seems that area seems to suffer a lot of issues. Whether it be electrical, whether it be magnetic, or whether it's just that area in general. I mean, weather plays a massive part, whether you sail or when you fly.
Oh yes.
So, do you want to go over? Do you want to go over one of your theories, the top one? Your lovely, that one there, that one, this one.
So this is the paranormal explanations.
Oh please, I can't wait.
So many people have put it down to paranormal activity of some sort.
Of course they would.
You know, if you can't explain something going wrong, it's a ghost or it's something. So triangle writers have used a number of explanations to explain the supernatural occurrences or the supernatural concept to the events. You're going to love this one.
I probably won't. You're ruining my series.
One explanation pins the blame on leftover technology from the mythical lost continent of Atlantis.
No. No. You're saying that allegedly Atlantis, the city that allegedly vanished in a day, is the occurrence of people going missing. Planes and ships. Enjoy your podcast. Enjoy the Unsettled. I'm going. Well, carry on then. Oh, you need me now, do you? Alright, I'll come back.
See, now I'm going to explain
Yes.
why this is not fucking true.
Right. Now we're getting somewhere. I missed you.
I missed you too. It's cold.
Thanks. Oh, am I keeping you warm?
You open that bloody door.
A little bit of airing. I'm sorry I left. I left my own bloody part as well. Go on.
Right, so
Fucking Atlantis.
the Atlantis myth is based on a submerged rock formation known as the Bernini Road. So this formation is named after the continent of Bernini in the Bahamas.
Go on.
You're gonna love this bit.
I won't. I haven't loved it as soon as you mentioned Atlantis. Fuck's sake.
Followers of the psychic Edgar Cayce.
Sorry, did you say he's a psychic?
Yes. Take his predictions that the evidence of Atlantis would be found in 1968 as referring to the discovery of the Bernini Road. Believers describe the formation as a road, wall, or other structure, but the Bernini Road is of natural origin.
Right now I'm looking in them flames wondering if I can contact this fucking idiot. It's just no.
No.
No?
No.
Right, after you say your theory about fucking Atlantis, well not your theory but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to discuss one more. Right, so it is said that the area of the Bermuda Triangle,
Yep.
between Miami, Puerto Rico and the Bermuda itself, right, that area. So it has a lot of tropical storms.
Yep.
It ranges a lot of like high waters, dangerous waters.
A lot of fault lines.
And a lot of hurricanes happen in this area, right? That could be the best explanation right now, right? Also, you've got a treacherous storm on your hands at sea. Mix that with like hurricanes. Mix it with treacherous waters. Now, it's also, you know, noted that deep near the Bermuda Triangle itself, there are trenches below the sea. Trenches to which people can't get down.
No.
But I'm pretty sure a plane or a ship can gradually fall into them.
Yeah.
And the people on board, obviously, you know, they're gone.
One of those is the Bernini Road.
I'll say this now. They are not down there with oxygen tanks, living a wonderful life in Atlantis.
No, but that's what the rock formation that you're on about is called.
Yes, well, either way,
The Bernini Road.
they're not having a wonderful time at Atlantis.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They keep having planes fall on their head.
I'll ask you now. You've subscribed to this channel. You like these episodes. Do you think the Devil's Triangle, the Devil's Sea, the Bermuda Triangle itself, that's a circle, but Bermuda Triangle itself, Illuminati. Like, do you think that Atlantis is down there?
No.
Do you think Atlantis is down there? I bet they're going, yeah.
Actually,
You saw a YouTube video. You didn't. You lied to. What's your next theory?
It's about compass problems.
Oh. Well, maybe we could tie this bit in with mine then.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Okay, so it has been well documented that the Bermuda Triangle itself has a magnetic phenomenon around it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's where the magnetic north and the true north line up. So it's basically just that.
Yeah.
Slap bang in the middle, so you have two basically magnetic north and the true north. One's going one way, one's going the other.
Yeah.
Creates a magnetic.
It creates its
field.
own polarization. Basically.
Yeah, it creates a magnetic field where, you know, it could fuck up compasses.
Well, because you think compass.
You put a compass.
Points on a 2D plane.
Yeah.
It'll either point front, left, right, back, and anywhere in between.
Yeah. So
it will never point down, and it will never point up.
So if it reaches this point, there's a good.
It spins.
There's a good understanding that it spins. So therefore, you could be in the air, you could be at sea. Your compass is going nuts. You're going, well, where the fuck am I going? You're caught in a storm.
Yep.
With this magnetic field. Like I said, there would be an.
You think with all these tropical storms and everything, you're thinking a 25, 30 foot waves easy.
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned.
And there's nothing in between. There are no islands in between.
No, I mean, we're basically saying
there's
that
a couple, but they're always.
Yeah, but you're basically saying that the compasses are fucked up due to the alignment of magnetic north and the true north. And now we're also going to throw into the mix thunderstorms, storms, hurricanes. Also, there was something I'd like to point out. You know, we mentioned them 5 planes, right? Just saying, they're flying in. Say a storm has just risen from that area. Because it does just appear at sea.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just build up a whirlwind.
Yeah. It's like, the hot waters or the cold waters meeting the hot air or the cold
air. Yeah. You create a spin. You add flashes, like Mr. Christopher Columbus saw. You've got electric problems. You've got compass problems. I think this really funds out the main thing.
There is a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And it does happen.
Yep. I know it does.
It's where a cyclone basically sucks up water.
Yep. And it basically goes up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
literally like a water torpedo, water tornado.
Tornado.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you think hitting that, you would hit white water.
Yep.
You would, like, once you're inside it, you'd just see the water going round.
May I also add lightning?
exactly.
Lightning
Funnel
into
downwards.
this, lightning going straight in. Sure enough, like that's gonna fuck up your plane, whether it hits
That
it or
will.
not. But that will create flashes, to which you would then see flashes of blue, green, and this is what possibly he could have radioed in with, saying he saw flashes of green and blue.
This is not white water anymore, it's green.
Yeah, I mean, it could literally bring up a massive amount of flashes. Obviously, you mentioned Atlantis. That was what a lot of people have said. Atlantis.
A lot of people put that down to a paranormal.
Yeah. I mean, for
like it's old technology.
I'm sure we will delve into Atlantis at some point. But I would like to say there is no way Atlantis disappeared in a day. And there is no way they could be getting sucked into Atlantis. But I would like to point out another theory. I would say theory 5, but we've gone through so many, it's got this ridiculous. But the other theory is black holes.
Yeah, negative space between two spaces.
Black holes, magnetic fields, a gateway, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to laugh. But I think...
you laughed at mine.
Atlantis was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, I even walked off. But you're thinking of black holes. This is where you could literally go in and out, like an air pocket. Like time travel, yet again. It could happen. It is possible. It's not... You can't deny something that's...
They haven't written it off.
No. But say a plane is travelling to its destination and it arrives an hour early. I've got on a plane, it's arrived 40 odd minutes early to what its actual destination was. I mean, time does change.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get so hated.
Go on.
But obviously, a lot of professors and people in that field will happily state that time is linear.
Yeah.
You can veer off of that time.
Definitely.
And come back on the same stream.
Yeah.
But you'd lost 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like so on
like
and so
I said,
forth.
it took me... Well, it's meant to take...
You can go... They said that you'd be able to go forward but not back.
Yeah. I mean, things always seem quicker though when you're coming back. But when you're getting there, it seems to take forever. But when I actually got a flight from here to the States, I actually arrived 40 odd minutes early. And I was like, how's that fucking possible? And everyone was like, oh, we're really early. I was like, how? Mate, I sat there for ages puzzled on that one. I was like, how? We've arrived 40 odd minutes early. Did we hit a loop? Did we hit a time pop? I was like, I have no idea. It confused me.
It could happen.
Yeah. I mean, this is what could be happening right now next to your Atlantis theory.
One massive giant black hole that no water can get through, but solid objects can.
Exactly. But my other theory was aliens. That was the only thing, because apparently allegedly, right? Don't laugh. I know Atlantis was funny. There was, I think it was.
So seamen can't be true, but you know, men from outer space.
No. I never said seamen can't be true. I believe in mermaids. Never said that. What I'm getting at is some people on a cruise ship. They were going into the Bermuda Triangle area. Some people on the cruise ship saw 3 cylinders fly over them, and there was quite a few witnesses to this. I mean, people could be getting abducted. It might go with your little green theory. You know, green light shining down, abducting the plane. It's no longer white, it's now green. You can't rule out aliens. You can't. They're more believable than paranormal. Aliens are among us.
It's probably them that sunk Atlantis.
Don't get me started. Have you got another theory?
Right, so this goes more under the natural explanation.
Okay, so pretty much what I went into with storms, magnetic fields.
This actually goes towards the Gulf Stream.
Okay.
The Gulf Stream has been another theory.
Yeah.
It is driven by thermohaline circulation that originates in the Gulf of Mexico and then flows through the Straits of Florida into the North Atlantic.
Yeah.
In essence, it's like a river within a sea.
Interesting.
So the water flows faster through a narrow strait.
Yeah.
Like,
Then what the
but
sea
you've
would.
got tens and thousands of miles either between.
Yeah.
But it like a channel.
Yeah, literally like a strong current
Yeah.
going through the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's extremely fast.
Putting it into perspective for you viewers.
As I said, so it's come quite a long way. It's gone from the Gulf of Mexico. It's gathering speed basically.
Yep.
And then it basically funnels.
Yeah.
Into the straits.
Okay.
When it obviously, if you funnel anything, it's going to get quicker because it's trying to get through something.
Yeah, I'm with it.
So a lot of people have said once the planes or boats sink, get down to a certain point,
it hits that funnel
they've
and it carries them.
Yeah, they've said that, you know, we hit complications.
Yeah.
These are our coordinates when we go down.
Yeah.
They've searched the area and nothing's there
because it's been
carried
further out into sea.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good theory, you know. Give a like
so yeah,
for that.
it's been swept away from the original landing coordinates.
So
many planes where they're doing a water landing,
yeah,
or crash landing, they give coordinates on impact.
Yeah.
There was one plane that was doing a water landing.
Yeah.
Which this pilot had done thousands.
Yeah, I can imagine they'd have to be trained. Yeah.
So that's I don't know if you guys know, but a water landing is when a plane comes down, touches down onto the sea for a brief second, and then skips.
Yeah.
And then
it's pretty much like you're putting a pinpoint that you're dropping down, bouncing off again.
Yeah.
Like when you get a stone and skim it.
Yeah, basically.
Why don't you say that?
And it basically gathers speed.
Yeah.
From the thermaline circulation, basically it skips off the surface.
Let alone does it gather speed, it also reduces impact.
Yeah.
Because you're hitting it until you gradually just
and then
float
you
in.
float.
You gradually float in. It's literally like a plane landing on land, but it's on water and they keep the wings in. I'm not into planes.
So, like, a lot of people have said, "Oh, it can't be a water landing because it's down to human error."
Okay. Well,
but if you think 1 out of 1,000,
yeah,
it just so happened that it was in the Bermuda Triangle when he failed.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of sea to crash into.
It is a lot of sea.
I mean, it's literally like you saying, I've got this little bit of plot of land and everyone keeps landing on it. But it's not little. It is a vast amount of sea to actually land in. And due to possibly storms, weather, magnetic forces, fields, energy
if you
currents.
Think that this bloke's done so many water landings before in different areas.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to account for wave height. You've got to, you know, if it's a centimetre bigger wave than you thought, you wouldn't skip, you would
It's
hit.
a rough area anyway, simply because Miami suffer a lot of these type of storms. Near their
and with
sea
the
area.
with the two tectonic plates underneath anyway.
Fuck me, you're really dishing this out, aren't you?
Like,
you're really firing these words out. You're
they
like,
can
fuck
be
this.
they can be basically they can either turn it into a volcano or a sinkhole.
Yeah.
So it can go either way. They can either push up or they can
bring
overlap
you back
each
down.
other. And
I mean, there's been many ships that have been caught in a water whirlwind and been dragged down. And then they've been found.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, they've been
and
found.
Been found like 100,000, like 100 miles away.
many miles away. They find the remains of the boats being washed up and so on. I mean, I personally think the Bermuda Triangle area in itself is a rough area simply because of the magnetic, like you said, the plates.
The
fucking
tectonic
up,
plates,
literally
the magnetic
messing up your compasses.
the fault lines. Yeah, I think it. For myself, I think it's a lot of little bits that add up to a big bit.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like there's a lot of different explanations, but if you sum up all of those little explanations,
it kind of makes sense.
Makes sense.
Like what you said, you can even throw in that little current of water
the
that can
Gulf Stream.
that can literally take you on board if you were to crash because of a storm and the magnetic plates building up.
You would sink down to a certain point and then just be taken.
Yeah, and then just be taken. And by that point, you're taken on like a little runaway train in the ocean.
You've turned from 100,000 or 10,000 square miles now to 100 million square miles of open ocean that you're not going to have the manpower to search.
And no doubt...
And we haven't.
And no doubt of any type of word or like the fact that the rescue can't even find them. They're not going to be looking necessarily underwater being carried by a current.
No. And as I said,
they're going to look at that area and be like, oh, we can't see them. They're going to throw people down left, right and centre. They're going to throw cameras down. Like I said, the last thing I managed to find was last year. And that plane went missing with 4 people on. I mean, helicopters have gone missing over this place. I mean, it's not unsettled, but it's also not set in stone. Yeah, there's no real proof to this.
No.
And as much as I love the idea of it being called the Devil's Triangle and everything else, like what I said to you,
I don't think it's paranormal. By
you
all
can
means.
rule that one out straight away.
By all means. There's no evidence to back up paranormal.
It's not paranormal. It fucking ain't Atlantis. Your current idea flows very well with weather, the magnetic correspondence of magnetic north and the true north.
Definitely going down to
you've got a
natural
lot of
at this point.
Yeah, you've got a lot of natural
phenomena.
Yeah, that happens in this area. But then, like what we said before we started this, people fly over this,
and it is a well-used shipping lanes.
Yeah, and they don't go missing. Like whether like what I said, planes crash, ships sink, people go missing. It seems to be in this specific area that a lot of people seem to go missing. But, you know, to me it's like, okay, personally, would you fly over the Bermuda Triangle? What was your success rate of making it out alive?
75%.
So would you, like, if you were doing like a little trip, say, from Miami to like the Caribbean or something, would you
Oh yeah.
Would you be tempted?
Oh yeah.
What about if you
I want to see the Atlanteans.
No. But like I said,
but no, like, I would happily fly over.
You would. You take that chance. And this is where I now look at you and look at you and look back at them and then look back at you again and go, fuck off would I? Like I said,
it's that 25%.
No,
you just don't want to chance it.
I don't mind the chance. I'll happily take my potluck. Yeah. I'll do it on anything.
Yeah.
Anything involving me getting on a boat going over the sea kind of makes me feel a bit uneasy. Anything about, like, mate, when I flew to the States, I went across that ocean, flew into New York, carried on going, mate, but going over the water, mate, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die, I'm gonna fucking die. I was uncomfortable. And I told you, didn't I, that when I was flying back, I was watching Toy Story 4. Like, this is where, like, I've never had this fear before. Yes, I was watching Toy Story 4. And don't do your Woody impression. But yes, I was I was watching Toy Story 4.
Not in a serious podcast like this.
No. I'm just going to tell you why I'm fucking petrified of it.
Go on then.
Right. Watching Toy Story...
Holy.
Oh, Woody. Fucking shut up. Right, yeah, so... Right, so... That's what I'm saying. On the plane. I was dozing off.
Was there snakes?
No. Serious podcast. Not even a serious podcast, mate. It's a series. Right.
Cool.
You're ruining this for me now.
No, I'm not.
You're setting it on fire just because I fucked up your podcast. Right,
I don't know what you're on about.
As I said, I was on a plane.
Okay, guys.
You got stop? Good. I was on a plane. Watching Toy Story 4. I fell asleep. I woke up to my oxygen mask hitting me in the face.
Fuck that.
I woke up, mate. I must have been laying at a certain angle and it was like this. And mate, there weren't many people on this plane because I got the late night flight from the States back over.
Yeah.
Or more or less Canada, States area. I was flying back, right?
That flight attendant is now shitting himself like
No, honestly. I was sat there and I was leaning against the side. I mean, I had the window. I think, what was his name? You're going to laugh at his name. His name was Pedro. He was next to me. Don't laugh. He was French. He didn't say a lot. He's not written down. He was French. But yeah, anyway, that was it. What was his name? Pierre. I can't remember his fucking name. Anyway,
if he's French,
there was a seat gap between us, right? So like, I was laying there and I felt this oxygen mask hit me in the face. I woke up and I looked at him. He was fast asleep. I was like, the seatbelt sign had gone on, right? I put my head over, and I came to that realisation. I was like, it's still dark, right? I was like, and I checked like the little onboard screen, and it was just saying I was going over the ocean. So I was like, oh my fucking god, like I'm gonna fucking die, right? And the air hostess or whatever the fuck they call them, whatever. Yeah. She came over. She went, can you put your mask on, please? And she sat down, strapped herself in with 2 actual seatbelt things, right? And she just literally crossed her arms like that. And then you had the pilot or captain or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. He was talking. He said, right. He was like, we're entering some turbulence. We're gonna be all right. And then he said, about 5 minutes after this, I haven't seen many people. This is the point. Like we had the cabin pretty much to ourselves, apart from the air hostess that was now sitting just diagonal away from me that I could see through the gap. And my first thought was, how come she's got 2 seatbelts? Number 2, why the fuck have I got to put my head between my legs? Right? I know why. Right? And then he said, if there's anyone you want to call, please call them. He was like, I don't think we're going to make it. That's not something you want to hear on a fucking plane. That's not something you want to wake up to. So me flying over the Bermuda Triangle with that fucking rate of me getting lost. No. You can go and fucking up.
Fine, I will.
But
if I don't come back, I'll be summing it up with the
Atlanteans. Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
You can be a fucking snork.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be a goldfish.
Yeah, looking like one. But either way, that was our theories for the missing plane, ship, people. I mean, it's weird. The Bermuda Triangle is a weird place. And for you to want to fly over it and me say, fuck that, is a completely different matter. Because I'm usually up for anything. You know that. It's the fact I know I'm at sea. And I can't swim. And I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, but you just lie on your back and let it float. I could be summing it up in the Caribbean.
You float.
Yeah, it'd be surprising. The highest. I will not get into this.
You floating. You'd be like a fucking cannonball in that sea.
Nuh-uh. Because
float.
the high salt content will definitely with my weight as well. You're the one that's gonna sink, you thin piece of shit. You're gonna go boop, straight.
I'll be like a beautiful.
You'll be shark fodder while I'm sunning it up in the.
That's
Caribbean.
the other thing. Sharks.
Get to go and see the Davy Jones locker.
No. I think this is Unsettled.
I think this is.
Because you're about to fucking destroy this for me. But I would like to say, if I ever crashed at sea, I'd be floating along like a beautiful piece of wood.
Driftwood.
Yeah. You can call me driftwood, right? You dare mention woody again, that's it, I'll quit. But for now, we are unsettled. He's going to destroy this. He's destroying it. He's ruined it. Come back, please come back.